Hi guys, and welcome back to Eddie's Coaching. Now, today I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a rundown. I've had a lot of people ask me about procrastination and how they should overcome it. Now, out there, there is a massive amount of information on procrastination, why people do it, the reasons, how to overcome it, this sort of thing. But these are just 3 little tips that I think they're the main ones. If you can put these into place, that is going to cut out the procrastination for 99% of people. So the first tip I've got for you guys is you've got to make your vision an absolute must in your life. If your overriding goal in your life is not something that you are 100% committed to and nothing will get in its way, there's absolutely no way you're not going to procrastinate on it. If you have a vision and you're like, okay, this is something I really want to get done, I want to master this skill, I want to be the absolute best at it, or I want to create massive success, then there's nothing that you'll put ahead of that. Okay? And the big thing about that is you really have to make that decision. And I'll get to that in a minute with some of the things that can happen once you've made that decision. But the point is if I've got other things in my life that I do, like people call me up and say, hey, do you want to come have dinner tonight? And I'm like, well, I've got to do some of my overriding vision tonight, like make a video or do some training or give a talk. Any of the things that are related to my overall vision, which I've talked about in other videos, is life coaching. Then that's times when I'm just going to have to look at it and go, no, sorry, I can't do that because I've got this other overriding vision that is prioritized no matter what. Now, if you're looking at yourself and you're going, I keep trying to get this thing done. I keep trying to achieve mastery, but I'm just not doing enough because I'm procrastinating too much. It's probably because you haven't made that decision, that one final and overriding decision that says this is an absolute must for me. Not a should, not something that I'll do when I've finished everything else, but an absolute spine-crushing, no holds barred, I will do it no matter what happens. For me, nothing will get in my way. Absolutely nothing is going to stop me on my goal of life coaching. And the reason for that is that I've made this my mission. My mission is to spread these ideas that have helped me so much in my life, and I feel a massive obligation to help other people out by spreading these ideas. Now, nothing is going to get in the way of that. If someone said, if I come across a person who's, hampering my efforts, then I will go around them. If I have an obstacle that I need to get past or another task that needs to be done, they're the tasks I put off, not the life coaching. Because in 20 years' time, my goal is to be massive in this industry. Now, I cannot achieve that if every time there's some little dinner or someone needs a hand or I've got some other hobby I want to do, or I want to go out and horse around, as Arnie says it, going out horsing around with your mates, then that is never going to happen. It has to be that one focus that you've decided that nothing will get in its way. So that's really my first point, is make that vision of yours so important to you and make the decision to do that and make it important to you and override everything else that comes, and your procrastination will drop to 0 because you will be so energized to take time doing that task that nothing else is going to seem worth it. The second thing you need to do is when you start a new project or a new lifestyle or whatever it is, whether it's going to the gym or trying to train for the Olympics or anything that you're trying to create massive success in, taking a new career path, the hardest bit is going to be the first initial stages of starting out. Now, what I always say in these stages is there's advantages and disadvantages. The advantages are you're excited, you're ready to go, you're pumped, so you've got that initial energy. And it's in that time that you need to commit to some future action that will force you to keep acting. And that keeping acting and doing small little tasks that you achieve will create a ritual. So when you're in that excitement state or a juiced up state at the start, you need to set yourself ritualized progression. Set in your calendar things that you will do. And once things go into your calendar, never put anything in your calendar that you're not going to 100% do. That's just a given. If you are going to be massively successful, you need to be time organized. Now, you need to keep your calendar in a sense where if something goes in there, nothing cancels it, nothing gets in its way. unless that thing is more important. And your vision stuff is going to be the most important. So calendarize your work, calendarize the time. So you can go, this is the amount of time I need to be spending on my vision. There it is in my calendar. And when those things come up, you do them. And in that first stage, after your juice has sort of eased down, if it's your vision, you may not even find the juice eases down because it's going to be, you've decided that this is going to be your ongoing mission. But if the juice does ease down, you need to white knuckle it for a little while. And what I mean by that is you need to grip hard, hold your fists, and just move forward and push through that initial stage. Because it will only be a month or two of getting into a ritualized practice of doing your vision over and over and over and doing the small tasks that it takes to make up your overall vision. And you will then get into a point where it becomes second nature and it's ritualized. And because humans don't like to change, and we have a resistance to change, once it's ritualized, you won't want to change back, or you won't change back as easily. The perfect example of this is gym. It's the first 2 months of going every single day that is the hard bit. But white knuckle it, smash out those first 2 months, and then it will become easy. It's the same for anything. If you're doing YouTube videos, smash out the first 20 videos on a day-to-day basis with no breaks, because yes, it will be really hard, but you'll get in a ritual of doing it. It'll become so much easier once you keep going. The last thing that I would suggest is in the first 2 months, and this is a little trick that I've come up with, get 2 A4 pieces of paper. On one of those pieces of paper, write mediocrity. And on the other piece of paper, you want to write mastery. Now, every day, when you finish your day, walk up to those pieces of paper, stick them up somewhere hideous in your house so that you cannot miss them. Don't make them really nice and stick them in a corner or make them fit in with your decor. Make them hideous. Make them fluoro colors, hideously drawn, and stick them somewhere really obvious in your house so that you see them every day. And when you see them, put a tick under each day and say, was I working towards mastery, or was I working towards mediocrity? And over a month, you'll be able to look at the ticks and you'll be able to see, have I made the decision to follow my mission, and which will help you stop with procrastination, or have I just been soft? Have I just gone, no, I haven't white knuckled it, I haven't put the work in? And if the case is that you just haven't put the work in or you haven't white knuckled it enough, maybe you need to reassess your vision and ask yourself, is that something you're really passionate about? Or should I even be doing this task at all? Because if it's a task that you're not that interested in, you really have to push yourself super hard, even in the first stages, to just do the basic stuff, then it's probably something you can't be passionate about for your whole life. Your vision, as I've mentioned in another video, is something you should really be passionate for a long period of time. And if you're not working towards mastery, you've got to ask yourself, is this something I should even be doing at all? I hope you guys got something out of that video. And don't forget to put up your 2 pages. Do it now. Do it right now. Go grab those pages, put up mediocrity and mastery, and make that decision today to be a master. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.